Welcome back, folks, with me, Phil Too Real, and today we're going to be starting our new playthrough of Ancient Ys Vanished Omen, or Ys 1 for sure, just plain Ys, on the Ys Chronicles Plus version on Steam. And Ys is one of my favorite RPG series here in recent years, probably in the last 2 or 3 years. I'm going to be cutting out the opening movie because I just really want to get into the game proper. So hopefully that doesn't make too many people upset, but I really want to just get into the gameplay proper. So don't hold it against me, but basically in the opening movie, as is about to be explained right here, Adol, our main character, awakens shipwrecked on an island called Esteria, and he may or may not be shipwrecked in other games as an ongoing gag, but he gets shipwrecked. He's hurt pretty bad. He's gotten attacked by monsters, or was about to get attacked by monsters, but as Adol checked over himself, there was some pain, but nothing too damaging. So Dr. Blotto is the doctor who's taking care of Adol, and Sloth is the one who's entering the office right now that saved Adol's life from being eaten by a monster. I forget what kind of monster it is. That Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, maybe. But yeah, so he gets shipwrecked on this island. And you're going to find out that he sailed a boat through this perpetual hurricane known as the Storm Wall. And yeah, and he came here to adventure. And Hadal's main purpose in all these games is he just wants to adventure, see the world, see what the world has to offer. Um, so that's basically all. He's just an adventurer. Oh, he doesn't have that title yet, but he's just going around the world, journeying from place to place. For example, he came from Promalok and now he's to Esteria, and everybody's amazed that he came from overseas because, as I said, there's this giant perpetual hurricane known as the Storm Wall, which keeps people from coming in or leaving the island. And the Storm Wall appeared about 6 months ago, and you're going to find out through a lot of the dialogue with NPCs that a lot of stuff started happening about 6 months ago. And one thing about Ys, which some people may or may not, I'm talking about Ys 1 to a lesser extent, Ys 2, but Ys 1 and 2, it's very much a dialogue heavy game where you got to talk to NPCs and know like where to go, which happens to be a trend for very older RPGs because I think Ys 1 came out in like 1987, I think, originally. So, and with a lot of dialogue for some of the major characters like Dr. Blado, whatever his name is, you get like this text window, very reminiscent for some of the games at the time. And you can click some choices on the right to learn some stuff or buy items. This is how a lot of all stores have their buy-in selection. So it's pretty nice. I like the anime-esque portraits for the main characters. So Dr. Blotto, he talks about how Sloth is part of a militia force to protect people on the island. And then Nurse Isla just talks about, hey, we just don't want you to get hurt again. You can get healed here at Blotto's clinic, or you can request medicine. Um, and we're going to talk to all the NPCs here to get a lay of the land, get an idea of the story. So this first part is going to be a lot of dialogue, unfortunately, for some people who don't like dialogue. I don't blame you because the first time I played through Ys 1, I was like, man, this is kind of boring. But the more I played Ys, the more I realized, hey, that is the whole point of Ys 1 and 2. You got to talk to people, learn the story. Otherwise, you don't really learn anything. You just go from point A to point B, get stuff, and then go do this, go do that. But yeah, and then once I realized that, it started growing on me, and it grew on me really well to the point where like Ys 1 and 2 is not a lot, are some of my favorite Ys games. For me, Ys 1 and 2 is just one complete game. I don't talk about them separately. So normally when I say Ys 1, I'm actually referring to both the games together. And so if you talk to all the NPCs, you find out that they can't leave the island. Mason over here says he came over here because he can make a profit from the silver trade, but the storm wall's preventing him from leaving. And everybody is just talking about 6 months ago this happened, 6 months ago this happened, and you're going to find out that silver is very integral to the plot of Ys. But let's talk about what Sloth is going to talk about. So Sloth here is the guy who rescued us, but he's also going to let us know about some things that happen in Esteria, which Esteria is this island country that I might have said already. and he wants to know what the outside world thinks of Asteria. And Adol says, "Oh, the land's cursed according to other people." And Sloth's like, "Yeah, that's not too far from the truth." In Barbados, the city or the town we're in, it used to be a very tiny fishing village until silver was discovered and it became a bustling trade port. Um, in Asteria is a small island country which has a lot of features. Well, a lot for the time, anyways. And two of the main attractions are this giant crater in the center of Asteria, which looks like something with an ice cream scooper just scoops something out of the ground. And then the other thing is Darm Tower, which is a large tower that looks like it reaches into the sky. And yeah, and then the storm walls is the other thing that's very unique to Asteria. It happened 6 months ago, and they don't know why it started happening. And it keeps people from coming in or out unless your name's Adol, and Adol's like, "YOLO, I'm coming in!" And, gets shipwrecked here. And gets saved by our boy Sloth here. So that's about all Sloth tells us. And one thing I will say about the world of Ease, it's very much an alternate version of ancient or old Europe, because Eurasia is an island country off the coast of Gila, I believe, and Gila is the Ease version of France. Garmin is the Ease version of Germany. I don't know how to pronounce their Rome equivalent. I think it's still Rome. It's like Rom, but it's Rumn. I think I could be wrong. Future Phil will correct me if I'm wrong on that. But there's a lot of the places here are different names. For example, Africa is now Afroca, like Afro, like the hair, and then Ka. And another thing that's very interesting about Adol is no one ever has seen a red-headed person before, other than Adol. And there's another one, another red-headed character, Captain Barbaros, I believe. And yeah, so he's another red-headed person. That's not until Ease 8, but yeah. So Adol's very much a unique person in this world of Ease. No one's really seen anybody like him. And then if you talk to more of these people, you find out that 6 months ago, trade was booming up until Stormwall happened and monsters started appearing 6 months ago. And you get a feeling that all this is related to silver trade as you talk to more and more and more of these people. Like somebody wants silver to stay on the island because of the storm wall, because you can't leave, you can't enter, so silver can't leave or be traded. So, and once you talk to some of these people, they say, hey, they're demons out there, don't fight them, and if you do fight them and you feel like you're going to die, you need to run. um, So we're already almost done talking to all the NPCs. We're gonna go back to Dr. Blotto's clinic, talk to him a little bit, and then that should trigger a cutscene that we can have with Sloth, and Sloth will give us our first sword, the silver. I'm sorry, not the silver sword, the short sword. Jeez, if we had the silver sword, that'd be busted as all heck. Um, we're only gonna buy one weapon in this game. That's the long sword. The other four weapons are given to us: the short sword, the silver sword, the Tawar, and then the flame sword. They're all found either given us by Sloth, or they're found in dungeons, or given to us by a tree. Yes, I did say given to us by a tree. And then all the armor, with the exception of the silver armor and the battle armor sets, we'll end up buying that. So, first tier armor, the second tier armor, and the third tier armor we're gonna buy. So armor is really the only thing we're going to buy, along with some items here and there and maybe some medicine. But other than that, gold really doesn't have very much value in Ease 1, in my opinion. So there's that. And then I'll go ahead and say this right now. Ease to me feels like the Falcom version of Zelda. And I might say this next thing that might trigger some people, and sorry not sorry, but East to me feels like a much better version of Zelda. And I know some people were like, no, that's sacrilege, how dare you, I hate you. And you know what, to each their own, we're all entitled to our opinions, but East just feels like a much better version of like an action RPG, adventure and action RPG like Zelda. But it's one person at all, and I know Link is one person, but it's like different incarnations and in different timelines and all that stuff. But Ys is very much just Adol's journey throughout the years. As he gets older, he goes to different places, and he doesn't save the world just to save the world. He's normally just adventuring, and when he gets from one spot to the other, it just so happens to be some world-shattering cataclysm that needs to be stopped. And Adol's like, "Hey, I'll do it," and he just happens to be at the right place at the right time, and that's what I like about it. And every one of his games is basic as a self-contained journey. Not very much interaction between the games, but there's some connections here and there. But we just got our short sword from Sloth. Going back and talking to him, we get our short sword, and we're gonna save. I'm gonna be introduced to the bump system, which is going to be the combat for Ys 1 and also Ys 2. And the bump system, basically, all you're going to do is just run into enemies and just hit them. You're not tapping any buttons. You're literally just going to run right into the enemies. And you want to attack them off center. You don't ever want to attack them head on, because if you attack them head on, you're going to do damage to them, of course, but you'll take damage too. And if you attack them off center, you'll do maximum damage, and then you won't take any damage. So be sure you do that. It takes a little getting used to, but it becomes second nature throughout the game. And Ys 2 also makes it a lot better. And you have a little bit of another option to attack with. But and since Adol's the only member of our party, he's Team Ys in Ys 1 and 2. And if you want to heal, there is no white mage. There is medicine that you can buy, but we don't have that right now. But if you want to heal, you just stand still and your HP meter will slowly climb back to maximum health, assuming you're on the open fields, you're not in a dungeon. If you're in a dungeon, then you'll have to rely on medicine or the heal ring that we'll find later, much later in the game, to heal. And as you see there, my HP climbs up. It's pretty quick, so you don't have to worry about too much. And when I have to heal a large amount of HP, I'll go ahead and jump cut. That way you're not waiting for my health bar to go all the way up. But yeah, that's it. And every time you kill an enemy, you'll get two things. You'll get experience, of course, and you'll get gold. And as I said, gold's only going to be used in my playthrough just to buy a couple items and then some armor and then one long sword. Experience, you can get Adol to level 10, and that's his maximum level. And then you'll max out his HP bar, which I think is like 255 or 250. And that's it. I mean, that's really all there is to the combat. It's very simple. It's very, 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 very fast. And one thing I will say about Ys 1 and Ys 2, save constantly. Save constantly, because if you die, as the Revolver Ocelot says so eloquently, there are no continues, my friend. So you want to save, because if you die, it'll only give you two options. It'll say retry or quit. Well, not retry. It'll say load or quit. So we're at our second town called Menina, and I'm going to save at the gates, and then I'll catch you on the next part, guys. So we're going to go up here. This is Menina. We're not going to go north, so we're going to go south into the town. But that'll be the next part, and that'll be even more NPCs to talk to. So I'll catch you next one, guys. Later. Bye.